Alright, well, Lightning Storm is super good. Fire Elemental is super good. Ventrico Mercenary is really good, but not super good. Stormwind Champion is really good in a Shaman deck. Shrouded Sun Cleric is really good. Fairy Dragon is pretty good. Dark Iron Dwarf is really good. Shield Master is really good. Mad Bomber is pretty good. Wow, another Lightning Storm. My gosh, this deck is nuts. Cult Master is quite good. Yeti is really good, but Hex is even better. I'm crafting a constructed deck. Wow, it's a tough choice between Tazdingo number 2 and Fork Lightning, but I'll take Tazdingo number 2. Wow, these two cards are really good, but they're close. I'll go for the Gnomish, I believe. I do have a lot of good 4s, so maybe I should go Ring Farseer. Shamans tend to have 1s, which means 3s are less good, since you can 1 and a 2. Plus I only have 1 3, whereas I have 4 4s. These are not 3s. That's close. Sun Fury's pretty good. Acolyte of Pain versus Bloodsail. Or War Golem. Let's see, I've got not that much late game right now, so War Golem is somewhat legitimate. And for the 2s, I've got enough. I'll take the War Golem. Let's see, Darkscale Healer versus Grizzly. I'm actually just looking at my list because I'm a little curious as to how I've ranked all of these. Darkscale Healer I have 31. Grizzly I have at 40. Yep. That's as I would expect. Scarlet Crusader is good. Wow. These two cards are both really good. This deck so far is actually constructed worthy. You could take this and play constructed with it. I have 1, 2, 3 on 3. The late game is pretty strong already. I think Feral Spirit is better, but it is close. Oh hey, it's a bad pick. Gotta have some of these. Shouted Sun's good. Gnomish Inventor's good. Tazdingo number 3, because Trump loves taunt. Oh hey, why not pick a Ragnaros? Infiltrator is good. Stormforged Axe is really good, especially since I... Oh wow. Oh my gosh. Whoa! Well, sickest deck I've ever drafted. Deck is crazy! Just taking the constructed and smash faces. It's that good. I predict this will go 12 wins. This deck is... I think it might be the best deck that I have ever gotten. Unless you count the last deck as the best deck that I've ever gotten, which is also possible. And I think that would be close between these two. This hand sort of is terrible, but Lightning Storm carry still. Once I get this game to turn 7, it'll be mine easy. Well, just gotta get to turn 6, because I can coin out a 7. Alright, thankfully he has a slow start. That's worth coining out, Mr. Tazdingo. We must protect the totem from the mean flesh-eating ghoul. Oh my gosh, it's someone who's not too bad at League of Legends. Maybe he saw my awesome League of Legends play yesterday and was so inspired to come over. Hello, Metios. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Could be Meteos. Could be something completely different. I don't want to give any of these taunts, so I should probably play this first.
Shields up!
That has taunt. That sort of sucks. That's gonna be a problem. Is much problem. 2, 3, 5. Yep. Yesterday night I played a bit of League because I felt the itching. For those who didn't know, I was a Diamond 1 player. Well, yeah. Woo! But that's not much to write about him about. It's pretty good. Alright, 3, 1, 2. Could also do this and then Lightning Storm. A lot of good options. I'll choose the 3, 1 trigger possible explosive trap.
First kill.
Wow, such cool. It's actually got me concernedly low.
I am the blade of the gods.
Alright, the Stonewind Champ allows me to trade without dying. That's really good. I'll have double Ragnaros in Arena. That's really good. If he plays another guy, we'll probably trade the Fire Elemental for it.
I wonder.
Just to protect as a rag.
It's time for a little blood.
I'll trade this for this. Can't afford to take any more damage, given how amazing my element is. Next turn I actually have lethal, as long as he plays something that can be killed by Lightning Storm. And if not, then I'll just have lethal eventually. I'll have a chance at lethal, which is good because Rag will probably kill anything he plays. People are gonna look at this hand and be like, why are you running War Golem in Constructed? Oh nice, a taunt, just in case. Rip.
Tadingo!
Good luck, Hunter. Oh man, Deathwing. That would really suck.
I'm flying!
I actually have a chance at losing to a top-decked King Crush now, or Deathwing.
Pass me that arc-light spanner!
Just gotta dodge those cards.
For the crusade!
What else does 6 with charge? Nope, just King Crush.
Well fought.
And Deathwing.
For Doomhammer, the elements will destroy you.
So I've got a 2 going first, which I can Shatter the Sun Cleric, play Senjin Shield Master behind. The flaw in this plan is if he coins out a, he only got rid of 1 card, so the coining out of a 2 is likely, which means I should get rid of the cleric. Sounds pretty good.
I feel icky!
My hand is power incarnate. Ooh, that's an interesting choice. Nah. I'll play the bomber on turn 4 here on 2 mana. Assuming that Leper Gnome is still there. Oh, okay. Now it will not do it. Totem. Not bad. I was hoping for healing, but really any of them except the taunt totem would have been good. This one has to be taken care of. Shattered plus totem, I think.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Here I can take a slight risk and count on the taunt to stop this. And I will because there's nothing for this to enrage on.
Tazdingo! Yes!
Oh, I got a taunt. Still the right place.
Tazdingo! I got the best deals anywhere!
Valued coin. That's pretty good. Oh, that one. Okay, that's fair. If I hit this, it'll go down to 2 health, we'll be healed up to 3 health. I could Lightning Storm and chance that this deals 4 damage. If I miss, I can Lightning Storm again, which will put me down to 4 mana. But this comes back anyway, so there's not really a point to that.
You call that a witch?
For the crusade!
Interesting, the skull covers up the lightning. Random
I
fact.
got the best deals anywhere!
Unfortunately, I can't both Lightning Storm and Fire Elemental. So I'm going to count on him having run out of spells by now. Play the 6 and a 2. And the 2 I should play is this one. And if I get a totem, I'll consider Lightning Storm. Ooh, I think it's still not best. Considered it.
Or die.
Pay attention, class.
Wow, much spell synergy.
I am ready to lead.
Very impressive.
I am ready to lead.
Alright, that's Flame Strike number 1. Rolled well in the Gadgetzan Auctioneer there. Apparently he's got a pretty good deck also.
I smell blood.
It's guaranteed to kill. Now the Lightning Storms are true Flame Strikes. And we'll do it on this one. Flame Strikes with bonus. Das Dingo. Ah, ah, ah. Board is finally under control. I'll probably let this one hit my guy once. Ooh.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
1, 2, 4, 4, 5. No, 5, 4. This one isn't bad either. All I have to do is hit this for 3, which is this one. But I can keep the storm, which is even more value. 1, 2, 4, or 4. There's no way. There's no wrong way to play it, other than making sure that this one. Oh, if I. It doesn't matter.
There is little time.
That's fine. So yes, I could use a lightning storm, but the downside of using a lightning storm is then I don't have a lightning storm.
For the king!
That's the puzzle of the lightning storm. Puzzle of the storm.
You gotta be kidding me!
Speeds up the kill by 1 turn. Wow, such frog. Oh, that's a card.
Well played.
Frog defense. Oh, very creative Sudoku there. Oh, I didn't finish him off. That's too bad.
I must protect the wild.
For Doomhammer!
Okay. The Shadowed Sun Cleric is unlikely to be amazing in this scenario, but we'll see. Looks like it's going to be a 3-2 Shattered Sun moment. Oh. Okay. That's true.
We
Well,
must
that's
cleanse the
unexpected.
Sunwell.
Okay. Might slow him down because now he pretty much has the hero ability with Fairy Dragon. Let's see if he goes for me again. That's not wrong, but luckily I have a Cult Master.
Push forward.
4-2 draw a card. That's pretty good. It's got additional upside also.
I must safeguard the land.
Pretty good. Looks like I'm facing a pretty strong opponent.
Job's done.
Against this guy, I'm going to need to play a taunt to protect my guy. What will I do with the 2? Shall I Mad Bomber now?
I wonder.
Could also play the 5. If I'm playing the 4 taunt, then I should play the bomber, since there is some upside to it.
Wanna blow something up?
Getting this hit by 1 is fairly bad, but then I don't have to use it. My choice here is to 3-4 or to 2-5-6. The hope would be to get the spell damage totem, which is unlikely.
What to do?
Pass me that arc-light spanner!
Oh, I actually don't need any damage, of course. So yeah,
I hear you got a problem.
5. It's enough for the priestess to handle.
I am the blade of the gods. I can taste the mana.
So right now, he can't really attack my face of the assassin. He can. Deal 7, which is a lot, but then I attack it with a 5-4. If he hits the gnomish... Oh, he's keeping it invisible. It's not a bad idea. Good time to use Ragnaros, 2 great targets. Nice. Got a assassin with the rag. That's value. I did just put myself into possibly getting destroyed with a mind control tech. But the game wasn't won enough for me to risk that, I'd say.
I feel icky.
To risk not playing. Bold move. 5 hit. I have 4 mana remaining. I will use this to hit that. Other alternative plays is play the Stormwind Champion, 6/3 hit, saves a fire elemental. Almost no matter what, a totem is good. Alright. This actually causes me to lose 1 less unit. Although I guess it doesn't matter since it's this guy.
Hey, give me a minute.
I'll keep him stealth anyways.
Elements guide me.
It seemed like a long term to take for that turn, but when a victory is almost ensured, I just like to ensure it. In addition, he did his last turn in a very aggressive way, so I had to play somewhat safe.
Behold the might of Stormwind! First kill.
Woo.
I must protect the one.
For Doomhammer.
Nice hand. Whoa! The claw! Wow. And the last 2 matches were actually against pretty good decks. and reasonable players. But what is this? A reasonable play? Unreasonable. Alright.
Elements guide me.
Get behind me.
Alright, Sun Fury plus weapon. We'll do that.
Summoning portal open.
We do get higher. Oh, okay.
Elements guide me.
Don't take quite as much damage as I thought I would. That turns out to be pretty good. Or I could Lightning Storm. Next turn I have 3. That's probably bad.
Elements guide me.
Druid is almost out of cards. It's not wrong to attack the Booty Bay Bodyguard into the Protector, because I could have... it's probably wrong, given what I was showing on the board. 7. Can make a 4, 3, 4, 6. It looks like Lightning Storm is the way to start off this no matter what. Wait, no, it's the way to end it, because otherwise this gets buffed. Even the minimum Lightning Storm will kill it. So I'll get a Scarlet Crusader with it.
Shaman! Elements guide me.
And after this, I'll have 4 mana, which is okay since I'm gonna dog bingo.
For the crusade!
Silvermoon shall not fall.
Alright, with the Shattered Sun Cleric. Oh, Earthen Ring is even better.
My eyes are open.
Join or die.
Given that he's only got 1 card left, I'll take no chances. If it were a closer game, I would have attacked him, counting on the taunt to absorb the blow. But in this situation, as long as nothing absurd happens, I win.
Join
So I'll keep playing it safe. Next turn, probably Priestess Totem. Start getting a totem each turn to get some value with the Stormwind Champ. I may even want to consider playing around Mind Control tech given how far I lead. It didn't seem like a I have Mind Control tech hand. Ooh.
For the Alliance!
Screw it, I'll play around Mind Control tech because I can.
Give me a quest.
Where shall I strike?
Play around the far off possibilities. Naturally? No, Melvin Archer. One short of lethal here. Oh, wait. Wait, I didn't need that.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Hi Trump, I've been a fan for a while, and I've always wanted to know, have you really been far even as decided to use even go, want to do, look more like?
For Doomhammer. Greetings. I smell blood.
Oh, I see. kind of, sort of value cleave. Pretty good.
My eyes are open. My thanks. Well played. I wonder.
Drink with me, friend.
Alright, I guess I'll coin out a Venture Co against him. That's a bit much. I'll have no play on the following turn. I'll have Lightning Storm.
You gotta be kidding me!
Philosophy knows what's good for him, he'll kill it.
I wonder.
About to get axed, alright. Sort of like a 5 mana Fireball Corsair. Kill a guy. That's pretty good. We'll mark that in the value.
For the crusade!
But still, Fiery War Axe did its job by killing a really good minion. But it was a little bit of a bamboozle because I had nothing to play this turn. Although if he had played minions, I would have Lightning Stormed. Venture Co really good.
Pass me that arc light spanner.
Dark Guardian Dwarf plus Totem is really good here. Whenever I play against the warrior, I can only admire how much better my hero ability usually is. I gain an advantage by using this thing as opposed to armor up. But that's supposedly why the warrior cards are better. It's difficult to make use of armor up in Arena. Pretty hard.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Join or die.
I love having Magma Ragers against classes that can't deal 1. In fact, this card is only bad against Mage in this particular circumstance, because I got a Taunt Totem. You taunt.
Pass me that arc light spanner.
Try this.
Taunt Totem, draw a card. Such value. Cult Master will end up drawing me 4 cards at minimum. Although this guy will actually survive, which is probably even better.
Push forward.
Oh, and then I can use the Sun Fury Protector, because Taunt is amazing.
Done.
Shields up!
I actually should have considered only giving this Taunt. But more taunts is good for the Cult Master as well.
What you looking at?
Ogre is worth X. This deck's got all the answers.
I got
I
this.
can't do that. My thanks.
So much taunt! Taunt OP! Cult Master OP.
I wonder. Well played.
Woo. Well, this deck is absolutely insane as expected.
Let the hunt begin.
Alright.
Doomhammer.
This hand is, fine. Well, I mean, other than this, it costs too much. The problem with keeping the Shattered Sun Cleric early is that oftentimes your 2-drop trades with their 2-drop, especially since he only got rid of 1 card. So I'm going to keep this 3, and I find it likely that I'll go 2-3, and the Shattered Sun Cleric will probably not be played until 4, if even then. I was even tempted to replace Shattered Sun Cleric. It's surprisingly the weakest card here. It's a card that's better later. Or if you somehow have a 2-3, but that's usually only when going first. So, anyways. I like playing Mad Bomber more when there's more of his stuff out, but perfectly fine to play him as a 2-mana 3/2 with nothing on the board, if you have no other play. Usually the trap that you expect hunters to play is the explosive trap. Makes a lot of sense in this context for that to be explosive trap, so I'm going to choose not to attack. This is the reason why I think explosive trap is weak. It's because it can be played around. It doesn't actually make sense for it to be any trap other than explosive trap or snipe, so I tried the Earthen Ring Farseer, which didn't work. Eventually I'll get the something to trigger this explosive trap and not die, and it'll be a card disadvantage. Looks like this thing should be able to get it. Two choices: Ventrico, Scarlet Fairy. Shattered Sun Fairy is bad because it's actually not bad. Generally this card's pretty good. The good news is it survives the explosive trap, but not if it wants to trade. The problem with this one is Deadly Shot. I think I play Fairy Dragon, Shattered Sun Cleric.
We must
The
cleanse
Shattered
the
Sun
Sunwell.
Cleric will try to trade off against one of his guys. The Fairy Dragon will try to trigger explosive trap. So much removal, such wow. Alright, few choices here. Wargolem seems really good since he used a Deadly Shot on a Fairy well, makes me wonder if he has another one. If I play this one, then this will cost 6. And let's go Wargolem. I wouldn't have played it, but he's used a Deadly Shot. Doesn't mean he doesn't have another one. In fact, it's arguable that he could have more Deadly Shots because he's already used one, but I'm going to read it as it's less likely for him to have one. Alright, so this trap that he's just put down might be Freezing Trap. So I was going to play Faceless Manipulator to copy it before, but I think instead I will play Mercenary Protector. Whatever, it's fine. Oh my gosh, it's Misdirection. What? What? Well, that was fun. Okay. Or 7.
There is little time.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
Well, that was the first time I've seen that happen.
I'm ready. I'm not ready.
No real point to me trading with his guys because he's highly incentivized to send 2 of these guys into this guy. Unleash would be pretty scary. Maybe I should have.
My shield for Argus!
The Frost Wolves stand ready.
Thing is over these. Pretty good.
Join or die.
Alright, so I don't want to let this 8/8 hit me. The Sunfury Protector will allow me to do that. The question is, I also don't want the Stormwind Champion to get hit, which means I should be putting Sunfury Protector on 2 things which aren't this, and also ideally place Cult Master. Unfortunately, that's not possible with this hand, unless I play Dark Iron Dwarf buffing this. It's not a disaster if this gets, so he hits this, and then this hits this, brings that down to 5 health. I'll just go 2/5/2. Oh, that changes things.
There is little time.
Which is why toteming first is usually good if you plan to totem. which is why I tried to figure out my entire mana expenditure for the turn first.
Shields up!
So protecting 2 key cards. Alright, I can take the 50-50 on killing the Frostwolf, but I really don't need to at this point. I have 7 cards to his. All I need to do is minimize the damage done to myself. In order to guaranteed kill that, all I need to do is Dark Iron Dwarf, send these 2 at it. That's what I'll do.
You call that a win?
I got this. Next.
Death again!
Tadingo! Yes!
Hand is pretty monstrous.
I feel icky!
Shaman!
And this turn I'll go 5-5. Because the way that heals Tadingo while healing me a bit, and also putting him on lethal next turn.
You gotta be kidding me!
11 mana Ragnaros, 12 mana War Golem. OP.
Well played. Well fought.
I must protect the wild.
For Doomhammer.
Lightning Storm isn't that good early. He only got rid of 1 card, so his hand is pretty good, presumably. My hand is not that great. Usually with someone who only got rid of 1 card, there's a high chance of coining a 2. But it doesn't have to happen. It's possibly kept like a hand of a... Yeah, that's also annoying. With Worgen Infiltrator, I typically try to keep it hidden against any classes which can do 1, which would be Rogue, Mage, and Druid. In this case against Shaman, this is a really good card to kill off my totem early.
It's time for a little blood.
Perfectly fine to play the Earthen Ring Farseer as a 3. This one is spicy. This has a chance of killing the Worgen Infiltrator, has a chance of enraging Amani Berserker. If the Amani Berserker is enraged and I don't kill the Worgen Infiltrator, I'll pretty much take a lot of damage. But if I play the Earthen Ring Farseer, the Worgen Infiltrator will kill it with the hero ability. So sometimes you have to gamble.
Wanna blow something up?
This is a good result. Not the best result, but a good result.
Well played.
One thing I can do is use the Earthen Ring Farseer to heal the Amani Berserker. If this somehow dies. I would do that. No, I would heal my... No, I would heal it. Removes the enrage. Healing myself would put me at 28 and then 23 if he does the obvious attack. Healing it would give him the option to trade plus hero ability, but at least he'd have to use the hero ability. If I didn't heal it and then he attacked, then I would actually be ahead because I'd be at 28 instead of 25, but I find that unlikely. I'm gonna heal it.
Are open.
This hand was pretty weak because it had a lot of late game, but looks like I'll make it there, which makes this hand really good now. So certainly it would be a mistake to attack into the Amani Berserker. So I'm gonna just play this and pass. Wow, that's a really spicy late game I have.
You call that a win?
if there's something with 3 health and is threatening Fire Elemental is always the right play. Well, not always, but generally. Once you play this game and if you have like general rule of thumbs like, oh, does your opponent have a 3 health guy and you have 6 mana? Play Fire Elemental. Etc. A little surprised he did that instead of hit the Earthen Ring Farseer, which arguably could have been the better play, depends on his hand of course. Here in this case I won't play Fire Elemental because dealing 3 damage to the Loot Hoarder would be overkill. Right now he threatens with the Loot Hoarder and Shapeshift to deal 3 damage to this, which would be a good trade for him, so I'll avoid that with the Ascension Shieldmaster. And then I have the option of killing that. The problem is, this is better against Swipe to not do that, and I will play a Scarlet Crusader as well while the Divine Shield is under the protection of the Senjin's taunt, so he can't just Shapeshift off the Divine Shield. Always look for an opportunity to avoid your Divine Shield being able to be hit by Shapeshift for 1. It's a cute card. We've got a few interesting options here, but the most interesting seems to be this. Copying a Ragnaros is always very good, and I was considering not killing it, but killing it is probably better, which is guaranteed with this too.
Join or die.
So many Ragnaros.
I am the blade of the gods.
As lovely as it would be to play Ragnaros again, I seem to be overloaded. This looks like it's nearing the end of the game, so I'll Lightning Storm, use this to trade off. Then I have 4 mana, which I'll play Feral Spirit with to protect the Rag. Actually, if I do that, I overload by 4. Alternate plays can buff Rag. It seems almost worthless. Wow, now I have a chance of killing this for free. Nice.
Join or die.
Important to keep a watch on the overload mana and plan for next turn, especially for Shaman, since now I can play Ragnaros on the next turn.
Squire, attend.
Freeze Ragnaros.
Ready, sir.
Join or die.
Pretty high chance of winning it.
I must protect the wild.
For Doomhammer.
Alright. This hand is unfortunately slow. If I had a 2, this would be a really good hand. I'm going to go for more chances of getting a 2 or a 3 so that I can coin out the 3 and then have another 3. That's a really good hand. It can be turn 2 Axe, turn 3 Feral Spirit. Even though I'm overloaded, I get the coin. Or Scarlet Crusader, depending on how I feel. If he skips his turn 2, I'll go ahead and do turn 2 Crusader, turn 3 Feral Spirit, turn 4 Axe. I could do Coin Dragon, but that would be a mistake because turn 2 would be Axe and then turn 3 would be Totem. This hand seems best played reactively.
What?
Elements guide me.
Weird. Alright, I try to save the coin whenever possible. This also isn't a best target for it, since it's got 3 health. Feral Spirit doesn't one-shot it. This will presumably trade. Is it a Twitch thing and not a Trump thing? Because yesterday night I did change some things, I have to admit. But I did reset it to the original setting. I hope it didn't touch anything. Okay. Oh my gosh, was he trying to wrath it while I wasn't looking? That'd be the reason to hit this. Wow, way to go, Fairy Dragon. Looks like you just messed him up. There's a problem with Scarlet Crusader. That means he was considering playing a card. I posit that it might have been Wrath, which means Scarlet Crusader is a poor play against Shapeshift and Wrath. So I will play either Taz Dingo
I wonder.
or Feral Spirit, Worgen Infiltrator. The next turn I would have 3. In which case I could play Scarlet Crusader because he'll probably Wrath a Feral Spirit.
I smell blood.
Looks like Dragon has bamboozled him. I am of course making a really specific judgment call on what he did. And I was looking at chat and not so much at his hand, but from glancing by and seeing what he played, it makes sense that he tried to Wrath a Fairy Dragon. Gotta read the people. If he does not cast Wrath this turn, then I'll coin out a Senjin Shieldmaster, since I want to avoid the Scarlet Crusader getting Wrathed. Intuition correct.
For the crusade!
Elements guide me.
So there are 2 choices to kill the Scarlet Crusader here. One is to Shattered Sun Cleric this and then kill it, which looks good because this survives, but he's got the 1 damage hero ability, so that's mainly pointless. The other is just to send this in. This makes sense, especially since I can play the Scarlet Crusader behind the taunt, which is really good when I'm up against the 1 damage hero ability, since I don't want it to remove the Divine Shield. This is fine. He swept for basically a card and a half. Good for him, but not terrible for me. Totem Taz Dingo. Another possible play was to point out a War Golem, but I think at this point in the game it's worth trying to totem as much as possible to gain some small amount of advantage. With the Stormwind Champion, I can do 4, 6, 8, which isn't enough. I should try to buff this at least 1 so that his tree can't one-hit it. Although, probably War Golem actually, since I can kill it with Taz Dingo and War Golem. And then just pass since he's going to be the one attacking into me. So the plan is this hits this, this hits this. We'll see how that works out. Why do I think Totem plus Taz Dingo gives a bigger advantage than War Golem on empty table? Well, every time you press this totem button, you're giving yourself a bigger advantage in the late game, basically. Is the short way of saying it. Because it's like magically creating resources, and its limit use 1 time a turn. Alright, so Stormwind Champion would be a mistake here because he's got a Boulder Fist Ogre, which trades perfectly with it. Seems like I should do Mercenary, and then I can summon a totem with it since the other cards don't do much. Summoning Taz Dingo is a mistake because Ogre will gladly hit into that taunt.
I wonder.
The Shattered Sun Cleric does almost nothing. The Ventrico Mercenary trades well with it, and I can get a totem with this.
You gotta be kidding me!
This is a better setup than having played any of these 3 cards since it's vulnerable to the Ogre, whereas this Ogre will die to the Ventrico or the War Golem. It's much better for it to die to the War Golem because the War Golem only has 2 health left. This would be a trade I would very much like to do if I was able to do it.
Time waits for no one.
In Constructed, would I prefer Ogre or Ventrico? Depends on the type of deck. I've actually put Ogre in some of my constructed decks though. It's a good late game card. Venture Co should be considered as well. They're both pretty good. Alright, on this turn, if I can buff, so always be on the lookout to how to clear your opponent's minions generally. That's the mindset. With the totem being +2, I could use the axe, and that looks to be the best play.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Nice to get value out of a totem like this, especially against the Yeti. Things totems do. This druid looks to have a pretty good deck, and he's playing pretty well,
Hope you like my invention.
as expected from this level.
What you looking at?
Alright, so the last thing I want the ogre to do is be able to take a shot at the champion. So I either kill the ogre, and that's possible if I get a 3 damage lightning storm. Although this isn't that value, but since he's almost out of cards, this could be acceptable. Or I play the Taz Dingo. So the way to look at it is, if I plan to play the lightning storm, then I could play either Priestess of Loon with it and then have 1 spare mana, or play a 1/4 with it, which means I get to do a totem, and doing a totem is pretty much one thing you should always be looking out for. Totem first. Now that I've got a taunt totem, it enables me to have the other possibilities.
Push forward.
Now I don't have to kill this ogre immediately. I also don't want to play Taz Dingo now because it has taunt. I'd rather the ogre aim at this. This is reasonable. Looks unlikely to cause too much damage. Okay. Generally good. And I'll kill off this 1/1 just in case it can combo with something to kill the totem.
Engaging TC-130 into dislocator.
That could have been disastrous. Well, it had a 1 in 4 chance of being disastrous.
Blood and plunder.
Alright, if I get a spell damage totem, I win this game. If I don't, I'm still in good shape. Oh, I've done 2 of these. Well, GG. But even better if I get a spell damage totem still. Alright.
Blood and plunder.
Push forward.
Okay.
I will fight with honor.
For Doomhammer.
Alright, so I've got a 2 into a 3. There is a problem that all of these cards are 2/3s. That sometimes is actually a major problem. Hopefully it will not be. He kept his entire hand, so he must be pretty happy with it. Wow. I've got like 6 taunts in my hand. So one of the problems with the 2/3 is playing it off against the Amani Berserker. The theory, though, is that if the Amani Berserker hits the Protector, I can hit back and kill it. The disaster is the Shattered Sun Cleric follow-up, but even then, the Feral Spirit will save me.
Let me think.
So I'm going to hit the biggest thing, which doesn't enrage the thingamajiggy, since I can protect the 2/1 behind a Feral Spirit. Next turn I will pretty much only be doing Totemic Call, unless I draw a 2.
Let me think.
Reporting for duty.
problem with sending the wolf at the silver hand is then the Amani Berserker can kill it.
I got this.
That said, still though, I will do it anyways because it may seem like he would. It's most likely that he would send the two guys at this guy anyways, but
Not on my
something could go wrong. And the worst case scenario is I miss on 2 damage. With a deck like this, eking out the extra damage isn't a big deal. So I'll play it safe. In this case I can kill off the Amani Berserker with the Fairy Dragon, but this would be a slightly more valuable proposition since I get to use the Fairy Dragon twice. It's the longer term view. In the shorter term I have more danger though.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Alright, Fire Elemental is a powerful card here. The main problem is there's nothing too tasty to eat. The Berserker is the obvious target of 3 health, but I could kill it with the Senjin. No matter what I play, it seems like Senjin will die, because the Silver Hand Knight is too tough. Possible play is to Fire Leave this and swing there, but I think that's also bad. So I'm just going to do something rather simple. This is unfortunately going to be left off as a 4-1, but the plan would be to play Senjin to back it up next turn. Ooh, that's dangerous. I will end up attacking this anyways. The War Golem is a problem. If I do this, then this is a 6-1, which will deal 6 damage to the War Golem, which means I should do something with minimal. If I play Ventrico, that would be a mistake if he attacks this, and then I have to use my 7-6 into a 7-1. I can either play 2 4s, which seems reasonable here, because I can play Senjin plus Cult Master. I should have coined Ragnaros. Well, coining Ragnaros would be another possibility. This one looks like it ensures a trade, but it's tough to know for sure whether or not it does. Well, now I will do the frag. Darn. Definitely wanted to hit the War Golem with that one.
For the crusade!
I've got a lot of stuff for Rag to shoot. That's 11, 14, 15 damage facing me. Pretty rough. Choice number 1 is Totem Golem. I'm in a tough spot, so I don't really want to totem as much. I think I just go 4-5.
Pass me that Arclight spanner! You gotta be kidding me!
Oh, thank goodness. Now I'm not in a rough spot. Praise Ragnaros. I get a pretty value heal off. Although the heal isn't necessary given that this is going to kill anyways. Well, let's do the 10 mana War Golem.
They all bend to my command!
Boulder Fist. This thing's only got 4 health. I should send the 7 power guy at the 6 health guy. Do more damage. Trade it first so I can play the guys for cheaper. This can only be buffed by 1, so the Fire Elemental must hit this. And then Send this in, and then this instead of totem. Looking good for the late game.
For Najatar.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, neat. I can double buff this guy to trade with this guy for the Divine Shield. That's nice. The 1/1 I have the option of using the 6/5 on. This is 6 mana, so the other alternative is to do this, but I don't want to use the Divine Shield on a recruit, so I'm going to do 3/3/2. And just let the 1/1 there.
We must cleanse the Sunwell. Join or die.
Well met.
Darn.
Put it on your head.
Alright, pretty good to copy a 6/5. Could alternatively copy a 5/4, which would allow me to... Yeah, I'll actually do this.
For Najatar.
Well met.
Every single one of my minions trades with a 5/4, so I'll just attack him. There's no card he can top deck to...
Not on my watch.
Well, that would be pretty bad. To kill me was what I was gonna say.
Reporting for duty.
Nice.
Well met.
Very good.
You asked for it.
Someone asked if I have any mentality change as I go up to the higher ranks. Well, pretty much the only thing you have to do is expect really, really strong decks, which is somewhat helpful in deciding whether or not you want to play around Flame Strike against a mage, for example, because if they're this high, they will likely have the Flame Strike.
Hello.
Greetings, friend.
Definitely keep the Worgen Infiltrator stealth against a mage. This thing's got one job. It's to kill something with 2 health. And I'll coin out Taz Dingo since I have a 4 to follow it up. Generally a good policy to keep your Worgen Infiltrator, well, your stealth minion in the middle because of Cone of Cold. Got punished for that. Do this. And I think that's it. Could play the axe. Doesn't seem to be worth it at the moment.
Well played.
Lucky of me to get the... Well, not that lucky. He probably wasn't going to Fire Blast the Wrath of Air Totem again.
I'll put it on your head.
We must
This is
cleanse
good.
the
Allows me to
Sunwell.
kill this, and then puts it out of Fire Blast range thanks to the Healing Totem. Better to trade this even though I have Taunt, because if it were his turn he could Fire Blast it, but because there is a Healing Totem on my turn, I can put this up to 2 range, which is really good.
Ready to ride.
This next turn is when Flame Strike could come. I will still play the Taz Dingo since it survives it, and I'm only losing 2 cards. Well, I'm only losing 1 card, one of which will be set at 1 health if there is a Flame Strike. It's sort of the nice thing about totems, it looks like I have a lot of stuff out here, and this is a reasonable board to Flame Strike, but it's not something he would be too happy to Flame Strike. But nothing wrong with it, and it's probably a good move. I've got the chance to heal the Taz It'd be nice to. Could also play the Cult Master, which almost ensures me a card. Unless I want to play this and this, in which case that would be greedy because he might have another Flame Strike. I think the Feral Spirit is reasonable. I'm not going to be so greedy to play the Cult Master. Since this is somewhat reasonable, the Flame Strike, it's a little on the weak side if he decides to.
Put this apple on your head.
Tazdingo!
Against a good mage, I try to, if I'm Shaman, I try to just grind them out by summoning a lot of totems. This gains me a slight advantage over him each turn.
For the crusade!
Also, I have belief in this deck's late game. Mad Bomber is a fine card here, aiming 1 damage at the Scarlet Crusader.
Wanna blow something up?
That did almost nothing, but it's worth for a Lightning Storm now. After this... Well, now this will get healed up to 2, which is fine. And now the Lightning Storm is excessive.
I wonder.
Alright, let's see. The Cult Master... Well, this is a fine time for Lightning Storm. And it'll guaranteed put this in range of this. So I have 6 mana, which means I'll do 2/4. Might as well do this first. That will make no difference. I'm trying to trade down against the mage because my Flame Strike clears as a board. This is set up for the Stormwind Champion next turn. These totems can kill themselves.
Put this apple on your head.
It's an appropriate area of effect.
I'm sorry.
Got an axe for this. Well, whatever I draw might be played. Yep. No, actually, it seems to be Overload.
Shields
Elements guide.
Okay, let's see. In this circumstance, the Lightning Storm is somewhat light, but could be helpful.
I wonder.
If I play this and this, in the worst case, this will have 3, this will have 4. The champion, 3, 3, that. It's unlikely he'll ever have more guys than this out. Especially since I'm about to get major board control. Some would encourage toteling before Lightning Storm as a chance to get the other thing. Oh, I got 3 on both. But that's why it's important to calculate the mana first. So by using this to hit this, I have this survive. Yeah, Fire Blast.
Trust the pirate's code.
So much frozen. This card's too good to copy. I mean, too good to not copy.
I got this.
And I'll keep getting totems to be
I got this.
super powered now. worth mentioning that it would have been a good idea not to put the two Stormwind champions right next to each other in case of Cone of Cold. Small place. Alright, so he kept a Frost Elemental in his hand. Given the board state... Well, let's make things even worse for him. Mahaha!
Hey, give me a minute.
I'll go ahead and trade this just in case he's got something. I have lethal on him anyways, the next turn.
Well played. You win.
Yeah.
Well played.
10-0 against a hunter.
For
That must be insane. Maybe. I'll keep the 3 just in case. Nice, I got the perfect 2.
Greetings, friend. That didn't quite hit the mark.
The nice thing about being a shaman is you can skimp a little bit on your 2-drops, same as the paladin, just because you have something that affects the game state. It's actually getting a minion. It's a terrible minion, but a minion nonetheless. I had hoped you would coin that. Now I have to do this.
Elements guide me.
Slightly off mana. That's it. The next turn I can actually play the Earthen Ring Farseer and successfully heal myself for 3, making use of the Battle Cry. Although I would probably more likely play the Scarlet Crusader, since this Battle Cry is generally better used on minions. Come on, 4-2 charge. This one will get killed with the Scarlet Crusader and the axe.
For the crusade!
Gonna be pretty hard for him to remove this and this. So it's almost assured, unless he's got ooze, which is possible. I've seen some people trash this tracking card as being a bad card because the other cards are discarded, which means they're out of the deck, but that's actually a positive, generally.
You love my new recipe.
Science. It's pretty good science. It's really good science. There are 2 major options here. One is to play Lightning Storm. It's only hitting 2 guys. It guarantees clear his board. It lets me play only 4 mana next turn, which would be Tazdingo. And I have another Lightning Storm in my hand. The other play is just to play, well, here's a bad play. Playing the Tazdingo now, since he uses these 2 to kill it. Well, that's not too bad because the Crazed Alchemist dies to the Shield Master. Another play is the Earthen Ring Farseer, which causes the Misha to kill it, but I have the axe to kill that in return. And another thing to consider is the Fire Elemental is going to be able to kill the Misha the next turn, so I don't want to overload. So all that being said, I think Totem, Earthen Ring Farseer is the right call.
My eyes are open.
The next turn's plan is to Fire Elemental one of these and axe plus 3 this, or I could do 1/1.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
I was quickly.
Gosh, it's part of the arena. The bears. Alright, so the plan to Fire Elemental this is still good. There is an alternate plan to Lightning Storm. In the worst case, this is a 3, this is a 2, and this is dead. Better develop this.
Join or die.
Alright, the following turn, the choices are going to come down to Stormwind Champion or Dazdingo, Totem Macaw, or whatever I top deck. Or if he plays a lot of cards, I guess I Lightning Storm.
You call that a weapon?
I smell
Quickly.
Could actually do the level double Lightning Storm. He seems to be almost out of cards. Or even a single Lightning Storm is most likely to kill everything in combination with the Stormforged Axe. 2, 4, 7 might be best with the Mad Bomber. See what happens. If I get 1 damage on certain targets, then I might change my plans.
Something up?
Okay, does that change plans? Yes it does. No it doesn't. Yes it does. For now it is impossible for him to get through this. Save the Lightning Storms. Hunter's almost out of cards there, so I'm gonna want to use the Lightning Storms rather soon. Probably this turn after he plays his cards. By fire be purged. I didn't really mind whichever target it hit there, though I think I preferred the 4-4. This hand is pretty nuts. Alright, so 9 puts him at 11. If I fire elemental him, I have a reasonable chance of winning. 6, 9, 11. If I do the champion, then 6, 9, 9, 7. Alright, I think the best play is to do this and this. Hit him for 11. And 1 more. And then if Rag hits him, I win. And if Rag hits something else, I probably still win. The chances of me winning are minimal right now. The chances of me losing are minimal. Because this deck is insane. 11-0.
You asked for it.
for Doomhammer.
Wow, Monster Gaming just tweeted at me. That drink. Let's see. Fairy Dragon, Feral Spirit. This hand's okay. The Shadowed Sun Cleric isn't going to be played until significantly later. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, turn 5 could be Cleric plus Totem, and that'd be fine. So I'll keep this hand. There's possibilities of me Shattered Sun Clericing the Fairy Dragon. It's unlikely, but it's a possibility. Wow, Mage Final Boss! And I've been doing a little bit of thinking, and I think the Shaman might actually be a good counter to the Mage on the basis, I mean, in the arena, on the basis that their random totem is usually 0-2, which means the Fire Blast can't take it out, and that's value. Ooh. Didn't match it with a 2-drop, which actually means Shattered Sun
We
Cleric.
must cleanse the Sunwell.
Might be really good. This curve looks very strong. Go ahead and play Yeti. I'll Dark Iron Dwarf my Shattered. Oh, that's also fine. I'll Dark Iron Dwarf the Dragon, and will actually be in range. That was a rather painless way of taking out a Water Elemental. Could be usually super scary. Looking good. Got an Azure Drake to refill.
Bring me steel.
It's not bad. Gets his guy up to 4, which means my Drake can't trade.
One shot, one.
Oh, now he's chancing it a little. Interesting. I'll kill both of these and then heal up. It allows my guys to have the most staying power. Looks like currently I'm winning the card advantage race. Next turn's when he can do the Flame Strike. So on this turn, I should try to avoid playing too much into his Flame Strike. The champion survives. So does the Scarlet Crusader. The Feral Spirit isn't a very good play until he's played his Flame Strike. I can play it slow. I can play it fast with the champion. Or I can wait to have more stuff. I'm gonna wait for more stuff. And get him with the champion once. Champion looks to be a pretty good spot here. Very good spot. Use the 3-1 to take it out. That's free value with the totem. Looking real good.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Of course. Let's see. The worst he can do is Flame Strike plus Fire Blast, which means if I have 2 guys out with 5 health. Oh, in fact, this is rather annoying at him. Not that annoying. He Flame Strikes, I hit him for 6 at minimum.
Pass me that arc light spanner.
Okay.
Of course.
Check with this. $11. Oh, GG. No, we did it! That wasn't unexpected given how insane this deck was. Oh, that feels good. I'm rewarded with golden armor smith for my efforts. It's value armor. I just pulled up the average amount of wins. Like, it said that the average amount of wins is 3 and 3, but it's actually more like someone did the math and it's somewhere between 3 to 4 wins and 3 losses, because you can go like 12 and 0 or 12 and 1 and 12 and 2, which means you don't get quite the same amount of 3-3 win-loss. But woo!